the end of my journey, I can see through time, my eyes blinded with tears. I see the star of our hopes, the emperor who once brought peace and prosperity to our house, who built a powerful empire and united tribes from all walks of life. I see an epoch of overall happiness, and now that all lies in ruin. The old gods had arisen. Brothers picked up arms against brothers. Mankind clung to each other's throats, ruled by a state of anarchy. And Mother Nature took her revenge by showering plague and famine upon us. Evil is walking in this world, leaving nothing but dead cities and pillaged settlements behind. The land is lifeless and barren. But maybe there is life on that distant, forgotten land, where only few once dared to venture, those whom we would once call madmen. You are one of these madmen now. What destiny awaits you? Will you find your way, or disappear trying? Will you rise to glory, or fade into obscurity? No one knows. Only time will tell.
Hi guys, it's Mitch from Neo YouTube channel. I'm back with the channel to do game walkthroughs, let's plays and reviews as well. If there's anything you really want covered, different games, different things in games, you want a tutorial on how to do something in a game that I've featured, then definitely hit me up on the Facebook page, or you can definitely hit us up on the channel in the comments, as well as have a look at our website. It's all the details there on the screen for you. So my screen name is usually ThorsShadow, and that's what I'm going to be playing as today. Today we're going to be having a look at a game called Life is Feudal Your Own by a company called Bitbox. It's a multiplayer sandbox and it's available on Steam for $39.99 USD. A bit about the game. It's a life simulator with a bit of terraforming and modular building. It's complete survival, so you can get hungry, you can die, you need rest because you have action points as such, more like stamina really. Bitbox is like a trial run for them. They are planning to bring out an MMO of the game in Q2 of this year. So by buying this game, you get a guaranteed spot in the testing for that. So it's kind of why I'm doing this and why I've got the game. I really want to test it out. I've played it before. I've played on multiple different servers as well. Some are good, some are bad, some admin abuse and that kind of thing. The one I'm about to play on now is very fun and a great server to play on. So I'm just going to run through character creation and starting steps, like what to do as soon as you spawn in, what's your first course of action, how to make your tools, your basic tools that you need, and that kind of thing. Alright, so I'll go ahead and jump into the game. So this is my character here, ThorsShadow. So we'll choose a gender. You can be male or female, and you have 4 voices for each. And then races, you've got 3 different races and they all have a bit of a backstory. I'm not going to read them out, or we'll be playing, or I'll be reading for a long time. It might bore you a bit. Appearance settings, you have 3 different head styles you can go with. Your facial features, there's a fair few. Let's go tattooed one. You have 9 different haircut styles. Let's go number 7. That looks nice. And same again with the facial hair for the male characters. You've got 9 different styles. Nice rogue beard. Change your hair color. 4 different styles you can do there. Body features include all different styles of tattoos, as well as scarring. Make you look like a beast. Alright, skin tone you can change 3 times as well. Prefer the middle one myself. Alright, attributes: strength, agility, constitution, willpower, and intellect. These do have a little bit of an effect. If you're playing on a server that has very low skill points, I'll go over skill points a little later on in the video, but on a server like this where it's maxed out, you can do whatever you want on your character instead of having to play as a team with people. It doesn't really matter all too much, so I'm just going to randomize them a little bit. Maybe pop my strength up a little bit more. Constitution, willpower, agility. See, it moves around to try and stop you from having everything. But crafting skills now: prospecting, forestry, nature's law, terraforming, and farming. I'll go through all of these as we go. But prospecting is mining ores. Prospecting also helps you find different materials to create different things. Forestry is more you cutting down logs, and that branches into all different things. So these are your basic skills, and then they branch off into other things. Nature's law is more like collecting materials from the earth, for instance fibers and herbs and that kind of thing. Terraforming is all about terraforming the land so that you can put down buildings and that kind of thing. Farming, pretty self-explanatory, but it's growing crops, it's farming animals, it's all those kinds of things. Alright, combat skills. I haven't had much experience with combat except against boars, bears, that kind of thing. Most of the time I do lose. I don't enjoy so much the archery combat in this game. Swords are a lot more efficient as far as that goes, but we'll see how we go this playthrough. So that's all set. Hit done, jump into the game. So this game at the moment is all working off of server-based. You can create your own server through the game. It can be a little dodgy, and you do need a little to fiddle with it a little bit to get it working properly. But most of the time I just play on some good servers. You can try and test out the different servers, see what works for you best. There is Australian based servers, so if you're playing New Zealand and Australia, there's some servers here that are really good, and the admin are very helpful in helping you with what's going on, as well as giving you starter packs as well. A lot of people do starter packs on their servers, so that you're not stuck there doing making primitive tools and using primitive tools which break a lot quicker. So it does have degeneration on all items when they're used, so that does make the game a little more interesting, and doesn't make it easy for sure. Just takes a little while to load in most of the time, even when you do have great internet, unfortunately. So if you guys are interested in anything that I've been talking about, you want to see more videos on this game, please do let me know, because I'm going to just pump out videos and let's plays on this game for a little bit. There's some games coming up I really want to do videos for instance Division, great game, and I can't wait to get on that and start showing you what's happening with that. I missed out on recording during the beta because I was having some technical difficulties on my end, so that's unfortunate, but when that game does come out, I do hope to either see you guys on there, or show you a bit of details on what's happening in the game and what to expect and that kind of thing. As well as we've got a couple of other games coming out. The new Assassin's Creed games coming out, No Man's Sky is coming out, which should be a great game. Definitely sink a fair few hours into that one as well. Alright guys, so we're in game. So this game has just gotten a 4th season weather pattern. So we've got rain at the moment, it has snow, it has beautiful sunny days, so it's getting bigger. They've been updating probably every 2 months. Now first thing first, change view is the C key, first person, third person, L to open up your skill menu. Now this is what I was talking about. You've got authority. These are the minor skills that don't break off into anything. Authority, so it's about claiming land and erecting guild monuments and that kind of thing. Movement, that's just picking up, and speed while carrying, that kind of thing. General actions, emotions, pretty basic stuff. Horseback riding, so it's the quality of horse you can ride. Really, they really haven't developed these as much. Swimming is pretty straightforward. So the willpower and agility stuff is just your primary and secondary stats for everything. It does have those. We'll go into crafting because that's what I really want to talk about. So your prospecting then goes into mining. Mining then goes into smelting. Smelting into forging, and forging into armor smithing. Same with your forestry. Forestry goes into logging. Logging goes into carpentry, into bowcraft, into warfare engineering. Then nature's law goes into gathering, herbalism, healing, and alchemy. Then terraforming goes into materials preparation, construction, masonry, and architecture. Then farming goes into animal law, procuration, cooking, and tailoring. So you have to unlock one. You have to get one up to, I think it's 60, or maxed out in that case, and then you'll be able to open the next one. I think it's 30. Sorry. So you get up to 30, and then you'll unlock the next one. So then I'll be able to log, and once I get logging up to 30, then I'll be able to get carpentry, and then carpentry up to 30, be able to unlock bowcraft. But once you start maxing all of these out, more things become available in the next one. Combat is the same. In the same way, horse handling opens up chainmail armors, then opens up mounted fighting mastery, then opens up lancing, then opens up heavy horse handling. Militia service opens up padded armors, spear mastery, unarmored combat, and pole axe mastery. Blades mastery then opens up scale armors, shield mastery, axe and mace mastery, and piercing mastery. Two-handed blades mastery opens up plate armors, two-handed axes, blunt, and war cries. Throwing weaponry goes to leather armors, crossbow mastery, bow mastery, and combat preparation. So you guys can see that it does go into a lot of detail, and one thing really does affect how much you can open up the next. Now see, here it has skill cap of 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. On a lot of servers it's a lot lower. It might be 600 for instance, so you can only open up one skill line, one combat line, one crafting line kind of thing. So you have to work as a team to build anything with other people on the server. On this server it shows a good example. I can unlock everything as I go. So then you have your stats, and so your stats, you know, they obviously increase and decrease. Now if you're playing on a server where you have a low skill cap and you keep leveling up in something you don't want to level up, you can change it to go down to decrease while something else increases, and then you can lock it all together so it does not increase or decrease whatsoever. We'll just leave it on increasing at the moment. So I for inventory, pretty standard. See, I've spawned in with a gear pack already. So I've got a hammer, blacksmith's hammer, I've got pickaxe, a saw, a hatchet, and a shovel, and a horse. To get a horse you have to hit release, that's all good, and some food, and a torch. Now in the game, what freaked me out first was the fact that I was stuck in cursor mode. Hit tab and it goes away and you can move freely again. So first thing you do, you come in completely naked in game. I'll pretend that we haven't been given a pack, and we'll start off by crafting something primitive. So first thing you want to do is go up to a tree and snap off a branch. Reminds me a lot of Rust in that way, just coming up with a rock or something and beating something until you get the next thing to open and unlock crafting. So you come up to a tree, right click is your action key, really. So you can snap off a branch and craft. See there, we got one branch, and our forestry is increased, our construction is increased, and our willpower has increased. So we hit I, we go in and we'll right click on the stick and we can create a primitive tool. Now this says for a primitive axe we need one branch, one flintstone, and 2 wild plant fiber. Now to get flintstone, pretty straightforward again. You want to go up to a bunch of rocks or a rocky area, right click, go prospecting. So you can prospect for copper, but we're going to use search for a useful flintstone. We'll just go autocraft. Still nothing. So there's nothing there for me to grab. We'll try here. Prospecting, use for, just hit crafting. If you hit auto craft, it'll just keep going and going and going. There we go. One flintstone, and our prospecting is increased, our intellect is increased, and our strength is increased. Now to get wild plant fiber, pretty much just need to click anywhere on the ground. I've got the settings turned down, so you can't see the grass. What we can do is go into video, then go grass distance and increase, hit apply. Okay, and there we go, all our grass shows up. Now when you're looking for herbs later on, or when we look for herbs later on, we're going to turn it back down again so that you can actually see the herbs pop up as you're searching for them. But for now we'll go nature's law, gather plant fiber, autocraft. Hopefully we'll get a few. So we got one plant fiber, we need just another one more and we can create that axe. Nope, we didn't get anything, but see, our skills still go up. So if you wanted, you could just put on autocraft and walk away and level up, but we won't do that. Try over here. Boom, another plant fiber. We'll go in, hit create a primitive tool, and we can create that. And it's the same for all of these. So primitive cooking pot used for cooking, primitive crucible, and stick. A rock is different, you need to dig that up with a shovel. Primitive cup, bark, you can go up and do the same thing and on a tree, and instead of taking a stick you can rip off bark. Pretty simple for the fishing pole. Primitive hammer, primitive knife, primitive pickaxe, primitive saw, primitive shovel, primitive sickle. We might create a sickle because we didn't have one of those. A sling is pretty much a basic first weapon when it comes to the game. A sling is great for hunting down boars to get your meat and your hides and that kind of thing. And then last but not least, a torch. So naphtha is what you get from dealing with herbs and that kind of thing. But we'll cover that later. So we'll make a sickle for now because we don't have a steel one of those. So we'll craft that. We'll just go craft. And you'll see an increase in all our stats as well. So you created the sickle, it's just there. Forestry's gone up, constitution's gone up, and willpower's gone up. That's pretty much the basics of the game. From there, you want to start creating stuff. So it depends on what you want to do in the game, obviously. I see that's a... I'll show you how to get some bark. Let's start with that. So down here on logging, you've got cut down and collect bark. Now to do any of the other actions apart from gathering stuff with your hands, what you want to do is you just want to equip it. Another way of equipping it is hitting T, bring up your character screen, and just dragging them in. then we're fully loaded and ready to go. So I'll show you a little bit of terraforming. So terraforming, pretty basic. Terraforming you can observe, and then you can see all the numbers. This is at the heights, what heights they're at. And to terraform, what you want to do is you want to get out of the observing, go terraforming, and let's say lower the ground level. This will put fertile soil in our inventory, and you can use that for then leveling off the next square. So let's go observing again. It's a very slow process, so that's we'll go with that one, the 16.8 right in front of us. So right clicking again, and we're gonna lower the ground level. Observe, they're both very similar. Gives you all the tips and hints anyway. Empty, so all these orange ones are all empty. Empty flattened tiles is the green ones when you get up to being able to flatten. So what you need to do is you need to level up your terraforming, and then you'll be able to flatten them, level them all out. Occupied ones are ones that have things in them, for instance trees or herbs, or they're taken up by buildings, by other people, or that kind of thing. And then of course the numbers is the altitude above the sea level in meters. So the game, the map size is 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers, which I should show here. And you can zoom in. So that's me down here on this far corner. Now on this map, the GM has created a trading place here. It's a safe zone that anyone can go to. All these little brown dashes through the map, that's where you can get things like clay and that kind of thing. Now I'm going to wrap this video up before it becomes too long. So thanks guys for watching, and if you liked the video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, comment any games of course that you want me to record and view, as well as the next video I'm going to go through properly terraforming the ground as well as building something. We might start off with a little camp, and then we'll maybe go into a little hut or something of that nature. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me and have a great day.